a pretty cool visual effect. Any questions? Are they allowed to ask questions here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. Wasn't sure. It's like a hostage situation. No. Okay. Any questions? No. Okay. Can people ask questions online? Like
Yeah, they will.
Okay, fantastic. All right. If you have any questions, maybe we'll give you answers. I don't know. What? No. All right. Okay. So anyhow, that's it. So apparently there are no questions. We're going to move right along. Who wants more magic? Yay! All right. Normally, when I lecture, I invite people to come up at intermission and come up and inspect this. So anybody there, you're welcome to drive all the way out here to come take a look at this. If you're watching this 5 weeks later, sure. Now I'm going to drink some water. It's in the notes. So I'm going to show you. This is fun. Oh, wait. Yes, young man.
Andrew, can you do that trick with any other materials besides cards?
Glad you asked that question. Is this from you or is this an internet question?
This is just me.
So you could use, for instance, let's say playing cards, or excuse me, business cards. Yeah, you could use playing cards. You could use business cards. You could use maybe postcards or something. Playing cards I like because people are used to them, but anything that has that principle where you have that white border and you get the contrast, it will work with that, I think. So, I don't know. I've never tried it. Okay, this is fun. All right. I have here an everyday ordinary newspaper that I just got here in Ohio. It's the Fort Lauderdale Coastal Angler magazine. I picked up one of the newspapers here, and it was an education in anatomy. So I'm going to use this. I need you, sir. Come on up here. What's your name?
Josh.
Josh, do me a favor. Would you flip through there and inspect that? I don't know what you're looking for, but take a look through there, all right? It's like classifieds, this is a lot of fishing stuff in there.
Normal fishing newspaper.
Normal fishing newspaper, okay? And any wires or magnets or anything like that in there? Is that right, John? I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Okay, do me a big favor. I want you to sign your name across the back of this, or across here, right? Really, really big, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, now I'm taking a big chance with you right there, okay?
There you go.
All right, I'm getting an impression. J-O-S-H. Oh, yeah, all right, wow. All right, let's sit down, okay. You know, what's fun about magic is we get an excuse to sort of like play with things other people don't get to play with. That could sound really horrible. What I mean is like top hats, things like that, canes and stuff like. Who wears a top hat and cane unless you're like going to a rave or something now? Okay. Apparently they still have those. I found out. Now, in magic and doing magic, one of the things that's interesting though is that we have a problem in that some kinds of magic, some kinds of things are becoming, a little bit archaic. There's a woman, a sexy woman with a lobster there. I'm gonna let you have that one, okay? Some of magic is becoming kind of archaic, okay? And that, okay, I'm gonna do a little quick survey here. How many people here have actually still read the newspaper, like a physical newspaper every day? Okay, the guy who apparently studied computer science is the only one raising his hand, okay? So we have two people here. Nobody else raised their hand. Nobody else handles newspapers anymore. So we're going to get to a point when newspapers are going to be archaic things. When you pull them out, nobody's going to know what a newspaper is. And when nobody knows what a newspaper is, what do? You're going to have to switch to using things like an iPad. And then doing this trick with an iPad will be very, very difficult. Let me tell you what. Let me see here. So, cool thing about magic is we get to use these objects, but we have to be careful because at some point the objects we use to perform the magic become a little bit unfamiliar with people. If you go into a school and you pull out a newspaper, kids are going to think that this is something you use to line a hamster cage with. But the upside is it gives us an opportunity right now to appreciate, to savor the moment, if you will, that we're doing stuff that we won't be able to do in a few years, if that means anything at all. Real quick question. This may not work the way I wanted it to. Does anybody here have any like tape or glue or? Okay, we'll try this anyways. Do it the hard way. I'm going to use fusion. And there you see, ladies and gentlemen, I've torn the pieces and now they have fused into a solid ball. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm serious, folks. If I use my mind powers with my brain, they're the best kind. I hope this works. Ooh. Ooh. Are you getting dizzy yet? Now, at the very beginning, I asked a young man to come up here and to inspect the newspaper. And his name was J-O-S-H, Josh. Yay! Just iron that out, it'll be fine. Here's your ordinary Ohio newspaper, sir. This trick actually it's impromptu. It is a totally impromptu trick. I grabbed these newspapers before I left because I was afraid I wouldn't find any here. And the ones I did, shame on you, sir. So, the basic idea on this, there are two things that came into play here. One of them was part of the method came from an effect by Jim Steinmeier called the incessant newspaper, okay? And it appeared in the Conjuring Anthology. It's a fantastic book by Jim Steinmeier. I highly recommend it. It is a treasure trove of material. It's great. I was playing around with the idea of thinking, sometimes I like to take a magic trick and sort of kind of reverse engineer it and think about why we do some things one way and we don't do them the other. And it's fun often to think about magic from the spectator point of view instead of what we see, what they see. Now, if I were to do a torn and restored card, I wouldn't take one card out, tear it, restore it, and then put it back like that. I would have you perhaps select a card. I would have you sign the card. And did I give myself a newspaper ink mustache? No? Okay, just checking. I would have you select a card perhaps, and then maybe sign the card, and then I'd tear the card, and I'd restore the card, and then what would I do? Give the card back. Yes, exactly, Josh. I'd give the card back to the person. I thought, why not apply that logic to a newspaper?